music for Egypt. Nile FM.
That was BTS and Permission to Dance right here on 104.2 Nile FM. You're listening to The Big Drive. It's a Sunday evening, and it's me, Nadine, covering for Zainab with Sami, of course.
Yo, yo, yo.
Hello. We are joined by two very special guests here on Nile FM. It's an honor to welcome the Commissioner and Chairman of the MENA Golf Tour, Mr. Keith Waters. And of course, the Chairman of the Egyptian Golf Federation, Mr. Omar Talaat. Hello, welcome to the show. We are going to be talking about the MENA Golf Tour that is happening in Egypt and everything that went into planning it and what you can expect from it, and everything in between. So the MENA Golf Tour is bringing top professional golfers to Egypt, featuring international players competing on world-class courses. And the event highlights Egypt as a growing golf destination and gives regional talent a chance to earn a world ranking point and compete at a global level. Welcome to the show, gentlemen.
Hey, gentlemen, how you doing?
Hello.
How's everything?
Great.
I think we're gonna get straight into it, right? So I'm gonna throw the first question at you, Keith. Okay. So the first question is for the viewers tuning in across Egypt and the region. Give us the headline first. What is the MENA Golf Tour, and why does it matter in today's professional game?
The MENA Golf Tour has actually been relaunched only at the end of last year. It did exist back, it started in 2013. It's primarily for local golfers to showcase their talents on a global platform. There's been a huge contingent of international players attracted to North Africa and the Middle East, which is where the MENA letters come from. Okay. It was hugely successful until COVID, and then there was issues about travel, etc.
Yeah.
And anyway, the relaunch has been very successful. So we have a huge number of international players, and I think, if I'm correct, we have 12 Egyptian players playing in the field tomorrow morning.
Yeah.
So yes, and it gives an opportunity to those talented young players from the local region to, showcase their talents, compete with very experienced world professional golfers, and as you mentioned, receive world ranking points, which gives them a platform to progress.
That is absolutely lovely to hear.
Right.
And Mr. Omar, on to you. We want to ask you a question. So when people hear golf, they don't usually think of like fast growth or excitement. What is really happening in golf in Egypt right now?
So let me start with something that surprises most people. Golf in Egypt is currently one of the fastest growing sports ecosystems in the country. I don't mean participation only, but in many different terms. So tourism, media exposure, international relevance, it's all happening at the same time. For years, golf in Egypt existed quietly in the background, and we do enjoy beautiful courses, perfect weather, but we had very little visibility. In just over 1 year, everything has changed.
Wow. Just
Very
1 year.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Let's go. I'm going to go for another question.
All
Here,
right.
Keith, this one's for you. One of the tour's biggest strengths is that it offers official world golf ranking points. In simple terms, why are those points so crucial for young professional trying to climb the ladder?
Yes, if a player performs well in a world ranking approved event, which all our MENA Tour events are, they receive points, and they are basically ranked in the world with all the best professional golfers in the world. And obviously the American, the European Tour have the best golfers, but you start to calibrate very quickly where you stand, and there are different levels at which you reach. For instance, the world rankings are used to qualify the players from the home country for the Olympics.
Yeah.
So the best Egyptian players, even if they're down in 300th place in the rankings, if they're the best Egyptian player, they have an opportunity to play golf and represent their country in the Olympics.
That's amazing.
So that's just one example of how the rankings are used, for players to progress and calibrate against the best players in the world.
Yeah, that's really cool. I love
amazing.
that. Thanks you for giving this opportunity as well to the younger players. Now, we've covered kind of what the people who play golf are going to benefit from this. So for the people listening, this one's for you, Omar. For the people listening who don't play golf at all, what can you tell them about this event that could pique their interest and help them understand its importance a little bit more?
So first of all, we get, as Keith explained, we get a lot of international exposure. I think one notable thing that we are getting out of this is that if the international tours approve of our courses in Egypt, that's a big stamp of approval. We have some of the most beautiful courses in the world here in Egypt. We have perfect weather. So I think this is going to help us be visible to the whole world.
Yeah, put us on the map.
Yeah, definitely.
I love that.
Definitely.
All right, so we're going to get back to some more questions, but first we're going to give you a little music break. So we got Mumford & Sons coming up with Rubber Band Man, and then we're going to go straight back into the questions with our lovely guests here, Mr. Keith and Mr. Omar. We'll be right back with them very shortly.
Hit music for Egypt. Nile FM.
Yes, welcome back. We are joined with Mr. Keith and Mr. Omar, and we're talking about the MENA Golf Tour and everything that involves it. And welcome to the show, gentlemen. Already, Sami is going to hop straight back into the questions that we have for you guys.
Yes, I am. This one's for you, Keith. We've seen players use this exact pathway to reach the very top. Names like Matt Fitzpatrick and Robert McIntyre, now Ryder Cup stars and global names. How important are those success stories when motivating today's players?
Yeah, they're absolutely crucial. I've heard many times from world-class players how they saw a local player or somebody on TV they took a liking to and followed him and basically inspired him to take up the game, practice, compete. As you know, as a youngster, you tend to copy your idol. So they even look at their techniques. They want to buy the same golf clubs or same golf balls, etc.
True.
So I think it's very inspirational that youngsters follow the superstars.
That's amazing.
I love that. It's very inspirational. And you were mentioning, Mr. Omar, you were mentioning how this is all growing very quickly. So it seems to have accelerated very quickly. So why do you think now? What has changed over this last year in general?
So what's happening today isn't accidental. It's a result of a complete reset. When the new federation took office over 14 months ago, we asked a very direct question. So why isn't Egypt visible internationally in a sport where we should naturally lead? We have perfect winter weather, championship courses, direct flights, and over 100 years of golf history. So that question for us changed everything. And this is where it all started.
I love that. Yeah, I feel like we have all the facilities already there.
We do, right?
Might as well use
everywhere.
them. And for Keith, so bringing it kind of closer to home, what does the MENA Golf Tour offer Egyptian golfers specifically that perhaps didn't exist 10 or 15 years ago?
Yeah, as I said earlier, it's the opportunity to compete against international players who've got a lot of experience. I think the younger players can learn when they are in the same arena competing with these players. They obviously get the platform to create the ranking either through the MENA Tour ranking or through the world ranking points. Both of them give opportunities for them to progress to the next stage. So it's a combination of a learning experience and a platform to develop.
Oh, I love that.
Love that. This one is for you, Mr. Omar. A lot of sports talk about plans and visions. What did you actually change on the ground to ensure it grows in popularity and success? And can people actually feel this growth, or is it mainly at federation level?
Yeah, so this is a very interesting question because we actually discussed this amongst us, in the federation. And the very first thing that we looked at was governance and financial discipline. So in under 7 months, we reversed years of operating deficits and moved the federation into financial surplus.
Wow.
So we were able to raise money and we used that surplus and reinvested it into juniors, national teams, coaching.
Nice.
We got a British coach who's just joined and he's helping us develop the national team, referees, and even hosting international tournaments. This is when the momentum actually started.
Okay.
Yeah. So the second part of the question, you were asking about.
If people actually feel this growth, or is it mainly at federation level?
Yeah. So what people feel is that, and what we can look at and see how we've done is the participation. So the active golfer base has grown 30%. We've also seen casual participation more than double. So
Wow.
in a very short time.
Wow.
So that gives us, confidence
Yeah,
that we're going the
of
right
course.
way. And, we've seen beginners, more families, more kids, and more curiosity. There's a lot of curiosity around golf. And it stopped being a small circle and started becoming a public sport again.
That's incredible. That's
That is
absolutely
absolutely
amazing.
incredible, yeah.
Wow.
All right, so we're going to get back to more questions in just a little bit with Mr. Keith and Mr. Omar. Thank you so much again for joining us. And we'll be right back. We have Avril Lavigne coming up with Boys Lie.
Hit music for Egypt. Nile FM.
Welcome, gentlemen. We've got Mr. Omar and Keith Waters with us in the studio, and we're talking about golf. Lovely
Yes,
golf.
we
So
are.
I'm going to get back to you, Mr. Keith. This one's for you, right? This season includes a dedicated Egyptian swing made up of 4 events. Talk us through the schedule. This is starting from January 19th to the 21st at New Giza Golf Club, followed by 2 events at El Marassi Golf Club from January 24th to the 31st, before concluding with the 4th event at Medinti Golf Club from February 3rd to the 5th. Why is that structure so appealing for players?
Well, first of all, they can come and play basically 4 tournaments in a very short period of time. They've only got 1 flight. They come to a great country with a lot of variety, but also some tradition in terms of the golf courses. We actually start tomorrow morning.
Nice.
The first players tee off at 9:30 tomorrow morning at the New Giza Golf Club.
Wow.
They play for 3 days. They play 18 holes each day, so it's a 54-hole tournament. And the winner at the end of those 54 holes, I think the winner receives $18,000.
Whoa.
Can I participate?
We do,
Yeah, right.
we do have a cut after the first 2 rounds. So
Okay.
we'll cut to the leading 60 players. So only the leading 60 players will play on the 3rd day. And all those 60 players receive prize money, receive world ranking points, MENA Tour ranking points, etc. And then they very quickly get transported up to the north coast on the Mediterranean
Wow.
to play
That
for
is-
2 more tournaments, and then come back to Cairo. And then it's very convenient because they can fly from Medinti, from the airport very close by,
Yeah.
down to the next tournaments.
I need to take up golf.
Right? Who's doing
Wow.
radio anymore? Time for golf. All right, so to you, Mr. Omar, was there kind of like a specific moment where you realized this had gone international? It became bigger than it is.
Yeah, so towards the end of last year, that's the real turning point. In just 4 consecutive weeks, Egypt hosted 4 major international championships across men's, ladies, juniors, and professionals.
Wow.
And for the first time ever, these events were actually globally televised and streamed online. So these 4 events alone reached over 15 million viewers
Whoa.
worldwide.
15 million.
Yeah, so in a single quarter, that did more for Egypt's golf visibility than the previous decade combined.
Wow, you guys are doing really important work. I love that.
That's amazing numbers.
And back to you, Keith. So
Yeah.
when international players come here to compete, they're also discovering Egypt's golf courses like we're talking about. How important is that global exposure for the country beyond just professional golf?
Yes, and I mean this is the commercial side of any professional tour, but
Yeah.
the kind of promotion of a country is dependent on how many individuals will actually follow that sport and actually participate in that sport. And what we've found in golf is that the golfers who actually follow professional golf tournaments, if they know the golf course is attractive, the climate, we talked about the ingredients earlier, the climate, the infrastructure, etc. is in place, they will actually travel. And more than a normal tourist, they spend a lot more
Yeah,
money. In sometimes, in some countries, it's 4 times
Whoa.
what the normal tourist will spend.
Wow.
So they will stay in higher quality hotels, eat more expensive restaurants, pay the green fees,
Nice.
spend more money,
Yeah.
and if they enjoy the experience,
Come
they
again.
repeat it.
Wow.
And that is very different. And don't worry, I'm a huge football soccer fan, but it's very different to people travelling and watching other sports.
Yeah.
They will only go and watch their team
Yeah,
where they
true,
play.
true.
And if their team doesn't play
Valid.
in Egypt again, they
Yeah.
don't come back again.
Very true.
Very true.
So golf is, tourism is very important for all countries, and golfers are particularly important for tourism.
Yeah.
That's amazing. Mr. Omar, what did that level of international exposure actually change for Egypt?
So, it changed how tours, sponsors, and players look at Egypt.
Okay.
It proved three very important things. Egypt can host international events at international standards. The audience is truly global. The product is commercially viable. So once you prove that, the conversation shifts from can we to how fast we can scale.
Okay, I like that. I like what you did with that.
And for Keith, again, another question for you. So Egypt is already world famous for its culture and history, with the museum opening and everything like that. So how can golf tournaments like this help expand Egypt's profile as a golf tourism destination as well?
Yeah. So some of the great things about golf is that you have tremendous TV coverage in terms of the scope of the TV production, because they show a beautiful landscape. They can show the pyramids in the backdrop, etc. So you actually promote more than just a few golfers playing golf.
Yeah.
You can promote the countryside, etc. So it sits very well with people coming to do other things, like go to the beautiful grand museum you have here. You also have golfers, as I say, they tend to be more affluent people, and they will do things like this. They will go to other sightseeing opportunities around the country.
Yeah. That's amazing. All right, well, we're going to get back to more questions. We're going to give you a little song break. We got Somber and Back to Friends coming right up, and then we're going to head back straight with Mr. Omar and Mr. Keith. Do not go anywhere.
Hit music for Egypt. Nile FM.
Yes, and that was Kygo and Dance. That's a good tune, that one. Anyway, we are joined by Mr. Omar Talaat and Keith Waters, and we are talking everything golf. Yes, we are. I'm going to get straight back into it. This is for you, Mr. Omar. You are joined today by the CEO of the MENA Tour. Why is this partnership so important?
So the MENA Tour is where regional players turn professional. They earn world ranking points and graduate to global tours. It's the engine room of international golf in this part of the world. And for the first time, Egypt isn't just hosting that pathway, it's anchoring it.
I love that.
And now for Mr. Keith, you've kind of touched upon what it means for the players and what this tour means to them. So from a player's perspective, how valuable is competing in strong international fields, not just for scoring points, but for learning how to win, travel, and handle pressure and everything in between?
Yes, when golfers are developing their career, they tend to hone their skills at their local golf club, and it's very familiar. But as soon as you start playing a different golf course with very professional, skilled players, there is this added pressure, and quite often the golf courses are set up in a more difficult fashion. The greens can be a bit quicker, the pin positions are a bit more difficult, so it really does start to test your skills. And you start to realise that you need to work even harder and hone in on your skills, and you see suddenly that you have some very talented players around you that can do this very easily. So you learn from the experience. You hopefully start to understand where your weaknesses are and go away and improve on them. So it's like climbing up a ladder. You have to take the first step at a time and assess as to your capabilities and try and improve on them.
And I bet it does help with, like you said, with the pressure and kind of handling it, everything, and also traveling to play somewhere else in a different country,
Definitely.
Well, you're also playing for serious money.
There you go.
Can't forget that.
And it's the one thing that many people say, that one shot can be very, very expensive. And with golf, once you've hit that shot and it's cost you a shot, you can't pull it back. It's not it's not like tennis when you get a second serve or you lose a point, you can still win the game. So the pressure becomes immense on every single shot, especially when you're playing the last few holes in a tournament for a lot of money.
Absolutely. All right, we're going to get back to some more questions questions with Mr. Keith and Mr. Omar. And if you also have any questions for them, please feel free to send us over your questions on WhatsApp. The number is 015-5955-1042. We got John Legend coming up. But first, it's Mike Posner, Cooler Than Me.
Hit music for Egypt. Nile FM.
What's up, everyone? How we doing? We are joined today by Mr. Omar Talaat and Keith Waters. We're talking everything golf, and let's get back to the questions, shall we, Nadine?
We are. Yes, please, let's do that. All right, so for Mr. Omar, 13 tournaments have been announced in just a few months. Why does the scale matter so much to the golf world and just in general as well?
So in 2026, we didn't announce a tournament, we announced the season. Between January and April, Egypt is hosting 13 international professional tournaments as part of the Egypt Golf Series. So to put that into perspective, a lot of tours around the world don't reach that number of tournaments. So we're bringing together 3 international tours, multiple destinations. Every single week, Egypt appears on the global golf calendar. That consistency is everything.
Wow.
Very interesting.
Right?
Yeah.
I'm actually really thinking about getting into golf now. Keith, this one's for you. The MENA Golf Tour is often described as a pathway rather than a finishing point. How does the tour connect players to opportunities on the DP World Tour and other global circuits?
Yes, you're right. It is the beginning of a pathway. We deliberately pitched ourselves at this level where it's an opportunity to embrace all of the local players, especially in the Middle East. It's a growing sport, but it's a relatively new sport.
Okay.
You don't have the history and you don't have the tradition that obviously the St Andrews, Scotland, and different countries do, where they have hundreds of years of golfers.
True.
And they have lots of golfers. So just the numbers game. I mean, the number of golfers in the US, I think they have something like 26 to 28 million registered golfers.
What?
And over 35 casual million golfers as well. So it's just a huge sport in the US.
Numbers.
So they're gonna produce world-class players.
Of course, yeah.
And the only way you can start to compete with them is to build the grassroots as we are doing in Egypt with the schools and with the kids. And then you need the next stage where they can actually progress, and that's where the MENA Tour comes in. And it is really the bridge between the best amateur players and the professional level.
I love that.
So it is the first starting point, and the pathway is to the Challenge Tour in Europe, the Asian Tour, and the DP World Tour, and then the PJ Tour as well.
Yeah.
All right, so it is 5:53 right now, and like I said, we are taking your questions. If you have any questions for Mr. Keith or Mr. Omar, or have any questions about the MENA Golf Tour as well, please feel free to message us on WhatsApp. The number is 015-5955-1042. We got James Hype with Waterfalls coming up, and we'll head right back into the questions with our lovely guests.
Hit music for Egypt. Nile FM.
All right, that was If You Ever Come Back by this script, and we are indeed back, and we are joined with Mr. Omar Talaat and Mr. Keith Waters, and we're talking all about the MENA Golf Tour. Welcome on the show, and we're still going. It's the second hour, and we're going to hop right back into the questions.
Let's get back into it. This one's for you, Mr. Omar. Let's talk impact. What does this actually generate for Egypt economically? And beyond the immediate numbers, what's the longer-term benefit?
So let's talk real numbers.
Okay.
Across 13 events, we expect over 2,000 international visitors, players, caddies, families, officials, media, and sponsors. So, as Keith said earlier, golf tourists spend more. They also stay longer, typically 7 to 10 nights.
Wow.
That translates into tens of thousands of hotel nights. When you add accommodation, food, transport, entertainment, logistics, and services, we conservatively estimate around $5 to $6 million in direct spending during the series.
Damn.
And significantly more in indirect and induced impact. That's sports acting as an economic engine.
Wow.
That definitely sounds like an engine.
Big win for Egypt.
Wow.
All right, and for Keith, from an organizational point of view, what does it say about Egypt's golfing infrastructure that it can host a full 4-event swing on the MENA Golf Tour, and how important is that confidence for attracting future international events?
Yes, it's huge because, I mean, first of all, to host 13 events in such a short period of time, it shows the capabilities that the country has.
Yeah.
We've already talked about the infrastructure, whether it's the hotels, the airports, and the climate is absolutely critical. When you start talking to the Northern Hemisphere, whether it's Europe or Asia, in some cases it's impossible to play golf. I mean, if you're in Finland today, you're not playing golf.
Absolutely not.
We have some Finnish players here who haven't been able to practice and hit golf balls for 6 to 7 weeks.
They're probably sunbathing right now.
I mean, they're delighted to be here, swinging a golf club and playing golf. So, but that also sends the message to those Northern European countries that Egypt is open for golf and sport at this time of the year.
All year round, yeah.
And we touched on it. You have some great golf courses. The variety is actually more important than you realise. When you have international tourism, especially golfers, they like to play more than one golf course. And, if you have the quality, they will travel around, stay in the hotels and play different golf courses. You also need the flexibility because players like to be able to book tee times at different times of the day. So you need golf courses and you need the opportunities for people to come and play at different times.
Absolutely. All right, we're gonna head back to some music now and then come back with some more questions. And of course, like we mentioned, if you have any questions for our lovely guests here, please do message in 015-5955-1042. We got Taylor Swift, Oh Polite, but first is from the brand new album Swag, Justin Bieber and Yukon.
Hit music for Egypt. Nile FM.
If you just joined us, we are here with two very special guests. We have Mr. Omar Talaat and Keith Waters. We are talking about everything golf and the MENA Golf Tour. Let's get back to the questions, Nadine.
We are already. So this one is for Mr. Omar. So we've kind of touched upon Egypt and it being chosen for this golf tour. So why Egypt? What makes it so attractive compared to any other destination?
So we touched upon this before, but when Europe is freezing, Egypt plays. So January to April, that's our natural advantage window. That's why tours want series here in Egypt, not one-off events. Egypt becomes the winter hub, not just a stop.
I like that.
I love that, yeah.
I love the way you put your words.
Yeah, when Egypt is when Europe is freezing,
right?
Egypt plays.
Yeah, it makes
for
sense.
Sure.
Keith, this one's for you. Looking ahead, how do you see the MENA Golf Tour continuing to evolve, not just as a competitive platform, but as a long-term driver of participation, tourism, and professional opportunity across Egypt and the wider region?
Yes, well, hopefully, not just the MENA Tour, but people who work on the MENA Tour can bring skills and expertise and knowledge to the table. We have some very clever people. We have some marketing people. We have some PR people, etc. So we can help. We can show how we can promote the tournaments, promote the game, facilitate in terms of opening doors, work with tourism, and obviously, introduce more people to the game, and especially the kids. We're working with the Federation this week on some grassroots or junior initiatives, and we're going to have some of the pros there involved, coaching, entertaining the young kids.
That's so cool.
Very impressive.
Wow.
All right, so we are almost at the end of our questions. We're going to head back to the last couple of questions right after Usher and 21 Savage with Good Good. But remember, if you want to ask any questions, this is your chance now, because we're going to be taking all your questions for our lovely listeners here. So let us know on 015-5955-1042.
Hit music for Egypt. Nile FM.
This is a big drive. It's me, Nadine, and Sami.
Yo.
And we have our lovely guests here, Mr. Omar Talaat and Mr. Keith Waters, talking about the MENA Golf Tour.
Yes, and it is very exciting. I'm going to give you a question now, Mr. Omar. If we fast forward a few years, what does success actually look like?
So the end goal is very clear. We need more players.
Yep.
We need to promote Egypt globally through golf.
Yep.
We need to focus on elite development, so elite player development. We need to create junior to professional pathways, and we need to have achieved certain pathways. Fill the calendar even more with more international tournaments.
Nice.
Absolutely.
And position Egypt as the regional capital of golf. So
Wow.
hosting the world and competing with it.
I think you're definitely taking the right steps into making this happen.
Definitely, right?
And Keith, for you, so for young Egyptian golfers listening tonight and dreaming big, what's your message to them as the Egyptian swing gets underway?
Well, I mean, firstly, come and watch the golf tournament. We start tomorrow morning at the New Giza Golf Club. It's completely open, access free to anybody who wants to come and watch the players. Practice, use the federation and their infrastructure to develop your game, etc. They're trying to bring players to the elite level, so there's a pathway and a structure from being a very aspiring young golfer to becoming a professional golfer. So we're putting everything in place for creating the right opportunities for the Egyptian players to progress to the professional level.
And this one, it kind of ties in with a question that we have from a listener. This one came in from Noha, and she has a question for both of you. She said, does everybody have access to watch the tournaments in Cairo, and is it accessible for everyone?
Simple answer, yes.
Yep.
Yes.
Perfect.
So as Keith said, you can come in and watch. And we're also live streaming the tournament on our federation pages. So
amazing.
If you log into Facebook, you can access that.
You can actually sit and watch it.
Yeah.
Wow.
And we the MENA Golf Tour has an app. You just go to the App Store, start to type in MENA Tour, and you'll see the app, and you can follow the live scoring.
Perfect.
There's lots of information about not just this tournament, but the next few in Egypt. You can see the players who are playing. You can get the bios, the history of those players, and recent stories as well.
That's amazing. Alrighty, well, we're going to head to the final question. And again, this is your final chance to ask any questions for our lovely guest here. 015-5955-1042. That's coming up after 5 seconds of summer and not okay.
Hit music for Egypt. Nile FM.
We are here with two very special guests, Mr. Omar Talaat and Keith Waters. We are talking about the MENA Golf Tour, and we are on what? Our last question?
We are on our last question.
Here
It
we
is
go.
almost time for us to head out of here, but this is, of course, a very important question as well. So we kind of want the input from both of you. So what would you say to someone listening right now who's never tried golf and they've been tuned into this show and this interview?
I would say go along to a golf club and talk to the local professional who will educate them on both the etiquette and how to start to play golf. And it's absolutely critical for anyone starting the game, because it can be technical to get the right technique in the very, very beginning, because that makes a huge difference to their ability to progress. Maybe a small cost for that first lesson or two from a qualified professional, but it'll pay dividends in the long run.
Yeah, absolutely. And Mr. Omar?
100%. So, join the hype. Golf in Egypt isn't just back. It's finally aligned with Egypt's scale, ambition, and global positioning. This is only the beginning. So, come along.
Amazing.
Can't wait to hear more about it. Wow.
All right, well, that was it. I think we've covered all the questions as well that came in. And thank you so much, gentlemen, for joining us on the show today.
It's been
We
an
have
absolute
had
pleasure.
such an amazing time. If you want to add anything to anyone listening, you already said where you can watch it, where you can get tuned in. Everybody, please make sure you tune in, whether you attend or you watch the live stream. It's going to be loads of fun. I'm going to be there on Wednesday at the New Giza tournament. Yeah, Sammy's having FOMO already.
I'm going to be here.
Alrighty, we're going to leave you with some more music. We got Beyonce coming up with Texas Hold'em. And thank you so much, gentlemen, for joining us
Thanks,
this
guys.
Thank you for
evening.
inviting
Lovely
us.
meeting you.
Have an amazing rest of your
We'll
day.
see you Wednesday.
Yes, exactly.